All right. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you. It is Wellness Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. Hard to believe. It's funny. I told Joe the other day that I feel like April, of course, was like a year long by itself. And then like May is like popping by to me. I don't know. It's really weird. I guess because we're allowed to go outside now. I don't know. I mean, not that we weren't allowed to go outside before, but we're allowed to go do something. So it's just weird how time is just like floating by really quick. So let's get started today and go ahead and do our birthdays. I missed a few yesterday, so I have literally private messaged a couple already this morning saying that I apologize, a happy belated birthday. I apologize, I missed your birthday yesterday. And I'm literally having conversations with people like that. So if you missed your birthdays yesterday, it's totally okay to go in and do a belated birthday. So let's just go ahead and spend a few minutes doing that. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes some of these birthdays pop up and I'm just like, I have never heard of this person in my life. So it's kind of funny how that works sometimes. I'm like, didn't even know I was their friend and I don't even know who they are. So let me go see. Okay, let's finish up with that. If you didn't get all of them done, I have a bunch today. Then make a note to go back and finish those up later. If you have not posted something in your stories today regarding your 3 steps or regarding your products, then make sure that you go in and do that. And don't forget inside of your Instagram to put some hashtags on there. So because inside your Instagram account in your insights, you'll see how many people are seeing based on what you're putting on there. I know for me, a lot of times I know it's my hashtags because I get more when I use the hashtags, when I remember to use the hashtags versus when I don't. Also make a note to do something with showing community, whether you're taking a picture and showing this one, or whether you're showing, one of our previous ones or one that you had snapshotted along the way. It doesn't really matter. But just show, that we're surrounded by positive and we're surrounded by community, and that we're, a big happy family. So I think that's super important to show that. So let's go ahead and go over to Facebook, and let's go in our most recent area. I think everybody on here knows where to find that because everybody's been on here that is on. And let's go ahead and comment on some of these. And then while we're inside of Facebook, after we finish this, then I'll bring Emily on and hopefully share her screen, and she can kind of show us what I was kind of bringing up yesterday. As I'm scrolling through, there is a good fan page story about a coach that added sculpt to his regimen every day. I think it's always good when you show a guy on, a guy, just because guys are skeptics a lot of times. So just make note of that. It's really short, and it just talks about how he coaches multiple sports, and he's able to have strength and endurance and all this kind of stuff. So that's actually a really good one to save for later. So I'm going to save that one myself, because we know how men are, since there's none on here.
Reggie's here.
Oh, Reg. I'm sorry, Reg. You're one of the exceptions. Joe is too. And that is one thing, I don't bring that up a lot, but that is one thing that you should always do is head over to the fan page as you are starting your work process and your 5-minute blocks and things like that. And sometimes it might not be that you're sharing that story right then, but you might be saving the story to put, in your saved area for later. Like I said that yesterday, like there was a good story on there with somebody that didn't feel anything until day 7. And so I think it's super important to have some stories saved like that for people that might not feel something, in their first day or 3 or whatever, especially if they're sampling something. So it's just good validation to have something like that. So Emily, do you want to go ahead? Let's everybody go ahead and go to our page so that we can see those areas, that area pop up that I was talking about yesterday as far as your grid goes. And I'm gonna have Emily pop on, unmute herself and pop, she already did, and pop on and try to share her screen and teach us how to do that.
So it's funny, sharing your screen in Zoom is a little different if you're on an iOS, which means like your phone. The thing is changing your 9Grid is 100 times easier on your phone than it is if you do it on your computer. If you do it on your computer, you have to actually delete all of the pictures and then reload them in the order that you want them to appear. So if you want it to be like picture, white quote, picture, white quote, like if you want to do a pattern like you can do with your Instagram, then you're going to have to know the pattern ahead of time and load them in that order. If you're on your phone, it's much easier. So I had to rig up a system this morning to be able to share the mobile app. Because when you go to share your screen, it only has like 7 choices. And so what I did, let me switch my camera, is I kind of set up a thing so that we can look at my phone.
Okay.
And where we're gonna go, can you guys see, okay, is your profile. You're gonna look at your profile. And if you don't know where that is, if you're on your home screen, if you click, you can either do it by clicking your little picture up there, like you're gonna make a new post, or you can click the 3 lines and see your profile. Once you're here, it puts you into an optional edit mode. So if you see all of my items, including my name, have little pencils by them. So each pencil means that I can change the information that's in that section of my profile. So this is kind of where the back magic happens as you're cleaning up your Facebook, deleting things, changing your bio, etc. So if you come down to here, I played with my 9Grid this morning, but how you do it is you'll see edit public details. So you're gonna click on that. And this may look different if you're not on an Apple. I happen to be on Apple, so if it's on Android, look for something similar. And what I do is I scroll down, and right here in the featured is where your 9Grid is. And you can do it with less than 9, you just put less pictures. So let's say you only want to do 4 or 3, but I think 9 is a good picture. Now mine was old, I played with it a little bit this morning, but I probably need to spend more time on it. It should reflect the 5 things that you are. So if you don't see those, hey, I'm a mom, I do this, I do that, like the things that you've identified that you're trying to attract people that can relate to you, those need to be reflected in the 9 images that you choose. Now, why I chose to do it on the phone or the iOS version app is that I don't have to delete them all. I can actually click and I can just change that picture. So let's say I want to just change picture 2. Picture 2 doesn't apply to me anymore, whatever. I just tap on that picture. I can delete them all, but I think it's, if you're not going from scratch, you just kind of want to play with where you want things. So what I do is I can tap this and see at the bottom where it says change. I'm just changing box 1 instead of deleting everything and starting from scratch. So let's say I go to this picture here. I want to change it, and I lied yesterday. It has a new feature where you can actually pick from your camera roll. So it doesn't have to be something that you've posted before, and that's new in the new update. So you can either choose from your camera roll. It will suggest photos for you. The photos that it suggests are pictures that got a lot of interaction. So it's kind of trying to help you out and say, look, these are the ones that are really good for you. These are the ones you might want to choose. It also has your photos and then anything that you've tagged yourself to. So when we're going back and tagging those photos at the end of the night, it's going to be where it says photos of you. And then the other one is it gives you a choice of previously featured photos. So if you've changed them, it holds on to your old ones. So you could pick one that you really liked and put it back in rotation 6 months later. And then the other one is it has your mobile and it has profile pics and cover pics. So I think that's really cool. If you keep scrolling down, it'll actually go into albums. So if you have like a Thrive album on Facebook, that's one of the options that will come up from you and you can scan through those pictures. So what you're gonna wanna do is figure out what is your picture that says more about you.
Okay, so I have a question because when I'm picking my 9, after I edit and do it, it's taking me to a cover photo to pick the cover photo.
See, I don't have that. Once I'm done, it just lets me edit.
Yeah, see, mine keeps taking me to a cover photo. Like after I've edited and I've clicked on my 9, then it literally like says cover photo up top. And so, and that's what mine keeps doing. So it literally, after I've picked my 9, it's asking me for a cover. So I'm wondering if that's why my 9 keep not showing up. Is somebody saying something? Mine too. Okay. So I'm not alone. Mine too. And then it goes into a collection. Yeah, same.
And you're under featured, same as me.
Yep. And
All
it says add to featured. And then it's asking me to title my cover. It's like it's almost like it picked the last one.
Yeah, see, mine just lets me edit the 9. And yours says the same. So when you click edit, it says your features are public, choose up to 9 items to feature.
Yep. And so let me see now if I picked one to be the cover. So now let me see. It's almost like it's not showing my 9. It's only showing that one. So let me see what my profile looks like now.
Let me look you up and see what I see. Did you save it?
Yeah, and see now there's only 2 things there. And it's showing the collection, not the 9.
All right, so let's go.
Random.
See, I see 9 when I look at you on my computer.
And let me see if it looks different.
On the computer, I see 9. So let me search you here.
Yeah, see view as, I only see 2. See? And I had 9.
So let you share your screen, because mine, if anybody works the same as me, share your screen and let's look at your settings. I'm gonna stop sharing.
Okay, let me see.
And let's figure out why you have that.
Let me see if I can share. I'm not on Chrome, I'm on my other. So let me see if I can do that. Let me pull up Facebook and see if it'll do it. See, I see it on computer. I don't see it on. Okay, let me try to share. I see it here. I'm not sharing, like it's on my computer, but it's not on my phone. Let me see if I can, I don't know if I can share, like I'm not signed in to,
It'll still show the mobile version. That's why I had to set mine up the way I did, was to like actually show my phone, because you can't do it at the same time.
okay. I don't think I can share it, but I guess what I'm saying is I don't think I can share can I share my mobile version? Like
Only
how
if like flip your phone. Like, are you on your phone?
I am on my laptop on Zoom. I'm not on my laptop.
You have to actually put your phone up to the camera. That's the only way to do it.
Okay. So what do you, okay, so let me stop sharing this. Right, okay, so what do you want me to show you?
I want you to, hold on, can you back it up just a little because it's blacking out the writing?
It's my light. Let me turn my light off. Well, maybe it's not.
Just tap the screen for me so it should change. And then back up just a little. No, it's not gonna, I can't see it for whatever reason. I just see the two pictures. All right, so let's look. If you go to your settings.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What settings am I in?
We're gonna go to privacy. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay, so give me a minute because it always takes me 2 seconds to find that. View privacy shortcuts.
Yeah, and then I am in under privacy settings.
Yep.
I'm looking at manage your profile.
Manage information. I'm looking for
No,
manage.
hold on.
See what it says, because I see 2 manage areas, and it's manage your location, manage your information.
Probably information.
Okay. Then it says managing your data. Select the product you need help with. It says Facebook or Instagram.
No, that's not it. Because it's got to be something in the settings of what you have turned on for people to see. And it's got to be in the profile, because that whole section on the left-hand side is your...
Manage my profile. Okay. Trying to see if it's anything under there.
No, I don't see it. That's where I thought it would be. I thought it would have the pictures there. But it just does, like, at one point, I guess I put movies I liked and TV shows. So all of that. Yeah. Now, when you go to your... When you go to your page and it says to edit that data.
Yep.
So when you're on your home page.
Edit public details.
Yeah. What does it say above featured? Like, does it say anything?
It says collection. I had named it one time when I added my 9 in there, and I just wrote "This is me" because I was just trying to play with it. And it's a picture of Joe and I, and then right beside that is where I picked my other 9, and it says collection. And then there's a button that says add more.
Try add more. Because somehow you've made albums is what it is. So it sees each one of those. So let's say you have 2 or 3 albums set up. It looks like you're able to create it. Mine just has 9.
Okay, so maybe I have to create 9 albums then in order to see my 9.
Like that. If you go into the album
If I go into the album, I see 9 pictures.
See,
But
that's what it
otherwise, it says, like, if I
is.
go into add more, then it's asking me to do the same thing I've already done twice.
So what if you delete those?
Okay.
Because somehow you've made this idea almost like in Instagram stories where you can make collections of different posts.
Uh-huh.
That's what it seems like is that yours is set up with different albums.
I'm not
And I'm
seeing
wondering
it.
if you delete them all, you could
delete
go
it.
back. There's no option to delete it. When you hold down, there's nothing.
No, like when I click on it, and then there's 3. Mine only has 9 no albums. Mine only has an option for 9 no albums. I'm holding it down and nothing happens. Everything just says add new.
All right, I'm gonna have to research that. Is it just you and one other person, or is it everybody but me?
Does anybody else have 9, like on your mobile version? Denise does. Me and Rochelle do not. Candace, do you? Hers goes to collection 2. So you and Denise are the only ones that have it right.
All right, so I'm gonna have to figure out, maybe tomorrow I can hop on and research how to make collections and get rid of them.
Okay.
Because what's happened is it's some kind of collection that's been made almost like albums.
Yes.
And figure out how to get rid of them and set you back to factory setting or app setting, which would be a $9.
Okay. Because, yeah, right now, like when I go back to look at my grid, like now I have 1 picture. It's really weird. I don't know.
But it's funny because when you look on the computer, your 9 are there. So it's something in the, and I mean, worst comes to worst, you guys could always delete the app and then add the app back on and see if that resets it. Because sometimes, like when you have a mobile app that has kind of an error within it.
Yeah.
That sometimes fixes it. Because I know I had an app recently that it's my Pokemon app, but I had to like delete the whole thing. And because you have a login, it doesn't delete all your information. It just app, so I didn't have errors.
Okay.
So it looks like I will work on that for tomorrow, but for everybody else, like hopefully that will be enough instruction, and then we'll add on to it tomorrow.
Okay. That sounds good. I wanted to show you, like, I don't know if y'all can see this or not. The one I saw the other day, like this was somebody's front, like that's what their 9 looked like. But the one I saw the other day was like, it was like a how to follow them picture here. Oops. And then it was, I don't know, something about maybe, I don't remember what it was, like thriving, like it was a hit on customers. It was a hit on being free to promote. It was just really cool the way they had it set up. And then actually in the white areas is where they had their pictures. So, and that was like their 5 things, you know what I mean? So the 5 things represented them. And then the other was kind of instruction on how to do, you know, and especially the following part, I think is really cool. But I've looked on a zillion 200K pages of 200K leaders, and hardly any of them have that. So I just thought it was something really cool and appealing as people are looking at your page to kind of represent who you are and what you do and things like that without screaming it. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought it was a really cool application of that. So, and very few, it looks like, know how to do it. So, okay. So that was inside of our Facebook. Thank you, Emily. I appreciate you for doing that and trying to do that. Inside of Instagram, let's just go ahead and shoot over there really quick. And let's go ahead. If you have any notifications in there, I always go to notifications first, and I do those first. Like that's always my first thing that I do in my blocks of 5 or 10. I go to notifications and love and like and all that kind of stuff. The things that are there first. So that's where I start. And then after that, I scroll over and go to my stories and start, you know, doing some communicating inside of there. Okay. On your post for today, if you don't know what your post is going to be, or I don't know, maybe you're on the struggle bus for trying to figure out what to post. There's definitely lots of things inside of Pinterest. A couple things that I've noted, just because it's Wellness Wednesday, um, is I try to collect things and create a board with different sayings on them. One of the ones for today was like, "I'm not dieting, I'm changing my lifestyle." Healthy is an outfit and it looks different on everybody. Just different things like that is what I'm going to go with today, and then wrap it around being Wellness Wednesday, and probably hashtag Wellness Wednesday, which has a zillion tags, but somewhere in that I'll get some suggestions for hashtags on that. So I usually use my hashtag generator, and then it'll kind of come up with things, and then I throw some of my own hashtags in there that have been working. A couple things I've listened to lately that I want to leave you with, is that all of this that we're doing is a process. It's not, as far as not being addicted to the outcome of things, whether you have a sampler that is ordering or isn't ordering or what have you. Don't be addicted to the outcome of one person. And one thing that I heard yesterday that was really brilliant, was that there's no white towels in this. There's no surrender flag. There's no I quit flag. There's none of that. And sometimes I have to do a little bit of self-talk with myself, on some days and things like that. But, the white towel is never an option. I have no white towel. Like, I don't even have a white towel. There is no white towel that I will ever throw up, no matter what kind of day I'm having. So, and that's just something to kind of keep in your memory bank, and just kind of, say it to yourself or whatever, that, everything that we're doing is a process. And one thing doesn't equal your success. But become heck or high water, I have no white towel, okay? Because my why is way bigger than anything that can come my way and any obstacle that can come. One of the things I heard yesterday was that, there's detours along the way. And an analogy was, you and your why, let's say it's your kids or your husband and your family or whatever it is, you guys plan this really big trip to Disney, and you've already done all the things, booked all the reservations, you have the maps out, all this kind of stuff, and lo and behold, there's a bump in the road, you get a flat tire. Do you say, all right, that's it, I'm done, we're not going to Disney, this is not going to be we're not going to do it? No, you get out, you change the tire, and you deal with whatever comes your way, and then you get back in the car and you start driving again. Lo and behold, you call and there's no reservation. Even though you have it, you have all these things, you find out there's no reservation. Same thing. Do you stop? Do you quit? No, you figure out a way to make it work. You figure out new ways, you learn new things, you figure out a new hotel, you make it work. Okay. And so that was a big thing to me about people, and the things that they let get to them, and bumps along the way. We all have bumps along the way. Life is going to happen no matter what comes. And so we just kind of have to figure out an alternate course sometimes. So just kind of remember that as you're going through this process. And another thing was, when you go to make a right turn, if you're on a map on the way to somewhere, do you get out of the car? No, you stay in the car and you make the right turn, and so just kind of think about those things. A lot of people have been, I don't know if it's just, God's using me right now or what it is, but I've had a lot of people come to me with lots of different obstacles lately, and it all has to do with negativity, every bit of it. And if there's one thing I have learned with all these devotions that I read every day, it's that I'm responsible for my own yard. I am responsible for what comes in my yard. I am responsible for picking the weeds out of my yard. I am responsible for what I allow, in my yard. And there is one thing that is not allowed in my, and I'm getting chills even saying this, but there is one thing that is not allowed in my yard, and it's negativity. And if I start to feel it, if I start to see it sprouting, if I start to, then I go and I dig into something that's going to give me positivity. So, because if not, then those weeds are going to be taking over your yard. And so before long, you've kind of covered up in weeds and you don't even know how you got there. So be responsible for what's in your yard. And I know Reggie, I saw him post something about, when something comes your way, just yell plot twist and go on. and be responsible for what's in your yard. And you never know who you're going to inspire by saying the things that you say, because I think we all kind of feel the same way, especially the ones of us that are on here, as far as what we're in charge of in our own lives. And you're inspiring people by continuing to be that way. Trust me when I say that, because a lot of the things that I get daily are people thanking me for some post that I made today. And, you know, they knew I was talking to them, and maybe I was, I don't know, but I didn't plan on talking to them, but evidently what it did, it helped them. So be that positive light, and continue to be that on your Facebook page. And because that's what draws people to you, and it's authentically who you really are. And so that's what we're trying to do. We're not trying to push people away by the posts that we're making. We're trying to get them to know us better and to feel like they know us on a personal level. And positivity is one of the things that we are gifted with. Honestly, for me, a lot of it is because of Thrive. There's so much positivity that has come into my life because of that. And I didn't realize how much of a dark place I was in before until I saw the light again. So just remember that as you're thinking of the things that you're posting, and think of, how can I make an impact on someone today? Think of your posts in that way, because I promise you, whatever you're throwing out there is what you're going to get back. And so you never know whose life you're going to impact by simply posting something in that positive light, or something that you went through and you gained from. So, so I just wanted to leave you with that. And so I am in the No White Towel Club. I have no white towel. Not that I will ever throw up, because my why is so, like, it literally almost makes me cry, because my why is so big. Like, I'm sorry. I dream more now than I've ever dreamed in my entire life. And I've been in this for 5 years, and I'm just at the beginning, and I can feel it every single day. So, and I hope that you guys feel that way. And if you don't, grab a book and work on you, work on yourself, because that's where it is. That is where every bit of it is. I can tell you, because I started this self-development journey last year, and I am full circle a completely different person. So, I'm honestly ashamed of some of the things that I used to do as a leader, looking back, and all I can do is ask for forgiveness for those things, and be who I am now. So I'm sorry, I did not mean to do this. Evidently I needed to. So I want to say that I love you guys, and thank you for being in this, and thank you for showing up every single day. And it doesn't just mean on here, just thank you for being authentically yourself, and go out there and impact some people. So love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.